What's going on, fam? It's your man Mikey Bud, and today we're going to do a nice, easy 10-minute beginner flow. So, all levels, regardless if you even want to get back to the fundamentals, the only thing you're going to need is your yoga mat. So, once you got that ready, go ahead, set it down. Meet me on the ground, hands and knees. So, we're going to place the hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips, and try to keep them spaced out like your shoulders and hips as well. With the toes tucked or not, you're going to start to move your back with breathing in. Move the belly down, looking up as you inhale. And then exhale, rounding your back like a kitty cat. Good. Again, let's inhale, drop our belly for cow pose. And exhale, round for the cat. 3 more times. Breathe in, looking up. Breathe out, looking back. Last one. And a big exhale. Fantastic. Coming to a flat back neutral spine, we're going to go to our first downward dog. So curl your toes. Bring the knees up and start to bring the head between the biceps. Once they're there, you're going to straighten the legs out as best as you can, and no stress if you can. We'll get there eventually. This is all about eventually. So lengthen it out, pedal it out, whatever feels good right now. If you feel like your shoulders are being worn as earrings, feel free to turn your pinkies out a little bit more. And again, we're just gradually bringing the heels closer to the ground, little by little lengthening out those hammies. Let's take 3 deep breaths while we're here. Excellent. Looking towards the top of your mat, you're going to walk, or you could jump forward, forward bend, maybe grabbing opposite elbows here. But you want to purposely add more weight to your upper body so it feels like it's anchoring you down, again, just to lengthen out those hamstrings little by little. In today's world, it's pretty common to be sitting down, so those hamstrings might tighten up on us. So I want you to not be so judgmental on yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get there. Let's do one more breath. Releasing our elbows and then slowly rolling up like a zombie, one backbone at a time. Click, click, click. Head and shoulders are the last thing up. Big exhale. There you go. Don't be afraid to make some noise. From here, we're going to reach the arms high as we breathe in. Exhale. Bring the elbows down like a goalpost. Cactus arms. Beautiful. Bring it up again. And hands to your heart. Awesome. So one thing about yoga that I love is that it teaches you to breathe. Every time you move, I want you to think inhale or exhale, all right? So let's do that same thing we did again, flowing with our breath. Inhale, throw the hands up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, bring it up again. And to your heart. Nice. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. And to the heart. Nice, fam. Next one's on your own, all right? Hands up when you're ready. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice. Beginners? Yeah, right. Y'all looking professional on this. Let's go ahead. Inhale, throw it up again. Cactus, really squeeze those shoulder blades in. Open our hearts and chest. Then we're going to throw the hands high. And this time I want you to sit in your invisible chair, Utkatasana. So just be mindful that your knees aren't going over the toes. We don't want to hyperextend while we're here. We want to feel most of it into our glute muscles. And the best way you can make that happen is by pretending your feet are sliding apart and then squeezing an imaginary ball between your thighs. Let's try to hold this for 3 deep breaths. 2. And then down to our toes, forward bend, or wherever, however deep we could get. Next time you breathe in, you're going to come halfway up. So throw the hands on the thighs, get a nice flat back, chest up. And then exhale, see if you can get deeper. 2 more times. Halfway up and down. 1 more time, half. And then exhale, bringing it down. You're going to step your left foot back for a high lunge, also known as crescent pose. Throw those hands high, wave them in the air like you just don't care. Well, no, not necessarily waving them, but again, you're imagining you're holding on to that beach ball, keeping some energy from your fingertips to the shoulders. That way, even though you're not doing some curls or tricep kickbacks, you're still working those arms in some way. Let's hold it here for another breath. And then lean out on your exhale. Try not to go too deep. You're going to slide the feet together for another chair pose. 1 inhale here. And an exhale takes us down to our toes. Good. Halfway up. Go ahead, step your other foot back. Crescent lunge. Double check just to make sure that the knee and toes are facing the same direction. If you start to get a little wobbly, balance is being mean today, you can always widen out your stance as well too. There's always modifications that we can make for every posture. Let's take a big breath in, fill that belly up. And then exhale, lean forward. Sliding our feet together for another chair. Nice. 1 more deep breath. And exhale, hands to the ground. Let's come up halfway. And down. Halfway again. Plank. Hands down, feet back. So if you ever take a vinyasa class, I'll show you what that looks like exactly, but always get prepared to work a little bit more with your arms. Plank is a very vital position when it comes to yoga. So real talk, when I first started doing it, I was like, yoga, just stretching out? I did not realize how often I was going to be doing plank. So trust, you will get stronger, all right? But continue your practice at your pace. Let's take a breath here. And then exhale, lower down to the knees. Easy onto our tummies as we crawl those fingertips outside of the shoulders. Inhale, lifting our chest for cobra. And exhale, bring it down gently. Keep your fingertips where they're at. We're going to do another cobra a couple times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Again. And easy as you come down, sliding back into a child's pose. So push your hips back onto your heels, splitting your knees apart, toes together. And as we counter, putting our hips back, we're going to stretch those hands as much as we can to the top. This is one of the best recovery poses when it comes to yoga. So if ever you're in a class, you feel like you need a breather, never be bashful to come here. I guarantee your instructor will be like, yo, that's dope. I like it. You're honoring your body. Easy as we come up. Hands and knees again, but don't worry, we're not there for long. We're going to take a seat onto our tushy, stretching those legs out in front of us. So keep a slight bend in your knees. Don't be so harsh on yourself if you can't reach your toes. I want you to just get whatever's accessible. But the priority here is to try to keep your back straight, not rounding, not wearing those shoulders as earrings. Take a deep inhale, reaching up to the sky. And then hinging from your belly button, get as deep as you can. And we'll stay here for a few seconds. So again, we don't want to be having the shoulders all up in our ears. We want to almost think about the elbows pointing down, lifting our chest through, maybe getting a little smile on our face. I'm doing yoga, baby. And then easy as you release it, you're going to come all the way onto the ground into a very comfortable position. From here, figure 4, you're going to place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Bring your left knee in. And try to take 5 slow breaths. Equilibrium between the inhale and the exhale. See if you could draw the knee in just a little closer. And then easy letting it go. We're going to switch to the other side. Go ahead, left on top of right, pull it in. And you may notice on this side that it could be a little bit tighter. It usually is, especially if you're right-handed. Usually means that we stand on our left leg a lot. But again, don't be so harsh on yourself. And don't feel like you got to jack your knee in just to get to where the other side was. You don't want to compare each side. You want to be mindful of it so that you know what to work on. Same thing, when we see other people in yoga class, we never want to compare ourselves to them. We just want to focus on what we're working on. You heard? Give me 2 more deep breaths. Marvelous. Go ahead, release that ankle. Place one hand on top of each knee, circling your knees together and apart. Go in the other direction. And then setting those feet down flat. You're going to throw the hands behind the head. Dropping both knees to the right as you look to the left. See if you can keep those shoulders down. And then to the other side. Looking the opposite way. Back to center. Squeezing both knees in as tight as you can. Take a deep, deep breath. And then exhale, release into your final Shavasana. The resting pose where we could let all those stretches, all those muscles that worked, adapt into a nice, peaceful setting. So understand that you deserve this moment of peace. Take a deep, deep breath and let it go. And just enjoy the stillness. Continue to breathe slowly, allowing each muscle to relax with every breath out. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, reaching the arms back to stretch, and then rolling over to your side. You can feel free to stay here or take a seat whenever your heart desires. Once you're sitting up, continue to breathe as peacefully as possible, taking 2 inhales, 2 deep exhales. Bringing the hands to your heart, appreciating that beating battery that's been there for you from the very, very start. A little smile on your face to make the world a better place. My friends, thank you so much for your happiness and your health. Appreciate, respect, and always love yourself. Namaste.